Our chi is just it's there. It's an amount that we can either expand or contract, but it's available within us, not outside of us. And our real energy is that chi, or that power, that force, that innate force, minus obstruction. It's that simple. If you learn one thing this week, it's that. And you can apply that to your Qigong practice and how much energy you feel. You can apply that to your eating and how much energy you feel. But it's really about how obstructed is it. So when we talk about detoxification, we're going to get deeper into detoxification this afternoon. That's the premise we're coming from. And so when we talk about food, it's that too. So does that mean we will starve? Not at all. But do we eat in a way that doesn't create more of that human tendency of grasping and stickiness and mucus formation and attachment? Or do we eat in a way that allows us to let go of ourselves? Not because it's it's a detox week and I just want to feel really good for my wedding, because it's actually the only way to liberate your cell's natural function. It's not even optimal function, it's natural function. Half of the function of every cell is detoxification. Yin, yang. Yin, accumulation. Yin, taking in. Substance, form, materialization. Yang, release. Consciousness, energy, unobstruction, right? So if half of the functions of every cell are impaired for any amount of time, we're definitely not getting our full capacity of health. And we can't claim autoimmune disease or, nerve degeneration or Alzheimer's or anything until we've actually understood the yin and yang of every cell. So the regeneration of the body is less about like a formula of, making everything optimized on a cellular level. It's really about, are we following the nature of the cells? Because the nature of the cell is to regenerate itself at every given moment. There's not a single scientific mechanism that ensures that any cell in your body is not going to heal. Not one. It doesn't matter if you have MTHFR mutation. It doesn't matter if your mother had diabetes and her mother had diabetes. It literally doesn't matter. The only thing that brings the epigenetics back into your reality is your habits. And when I say habits, it's also the habits of the cell. And the habit of the cell that makes us sick is the grasping, is the holding. So, okay, math number one, energy equals power equals energy minus obstruction. The more we get something, the less it actually feeds us. Okay? So a lot of the time when we're hungry for something and we're using nutrition and we're doing intuitive eating and we're trying to nourish ourselves on whatever level of comfort, we have to really ask ourselves, are we being fed by it? Because the reality is, if something's feeding you, you don't need more of it. It's an instant exchange of energy that actually you can feel instantly and you don't need to grasp. There is a way to eat that is not starvation, that allows for the natural elimination of waste. And it makes all of this process super effortless, okay? So when I talk about waste, what am I talking about? Yeah, the mucus and the biofilm is a huge thing, okay? So the mucus formation is really what gets us sick. Every disease is caused by mucus. Every disease is caused by the grasping, the tendency of the stickiness, right? That can be in the gut, for sure, that's the main area. And it can also be in the heart, right? Schizophrenia, from a TCM diagnosis perspective, is phlegm misting the heart. That's literally the ancient term for it. So mucus forms on the level of the cells. It's not just in the nose. It's not just you eat too much ice cream and you blow your nose. We all know that happens, by the way. So that's your living proof that mucus happens from food, right? But it happens from the gut, and it goes to different parts of the body. It goes to the kidneys. It goes to the liver. It goes to the heart. It goes to every cell in the body. And then what happens is that cell becomes sticky. And for a while, it just becomes a little slower. And it just doesn't feel so good. And then we start to get the Epstein-Barr flare-up, or, the long COVID, and everything's just a bit sludgy in there. God forbid we don't attend to it. God forbid, even on the level of the mind, we get stuck in a thought. We get stuck in a belief system. We get stuck in another stickiness. Because nutrition is also about the earth element. Digestion in Chinese medicine is intrinsic to our mind as well as our gut. It's about what we're taking in, what we're digesting. So if we're being just as undiscriminative with what's happening here, and we're getting stickiness in the mind, stickiness in the gut, stickiness in the cells, eventually the cells separate. And there's so much stickiness that the cells are no longer communicating. Guess what a cancer cell is? Yeah, it's just a cell that lost communication with the rest of the community. That's it. It went rogue. It developed its own metabolism. And it went its own way.